Hey guys, Neil from Essex. I wanted to share a quick story of something that we had happening here at work. If you pay attention to the news at all, there's been a lot of interesting stories happening around the whole COVID-19 thing. You have situations happening in grocery stores where you can walk into stores right now and not be able to find milk on a shelf. The very same time, you'll see other news stories telling you how dairies have had no choice but to dump milk. That's when you're going to see a farmer take their milk tank and basically dump it into their manure pits. Now, this can happen for a whole variety of reasons. We'll put some links down at the bottom if you want to learn more about it. It's a great website, 97 Milk, that goes through and kind of details some of these things out more eloquently than what I'm going to be able to. But we were noticing this huge contradiction and kind of thinking, like, how can this possibly be happening? You have this dumping occurring here and this shortage here, and why is nobody going out and connecting the dots between the two in order to meet this need? Obviously, you've got needs in your own communities. You have food banks and that kind of stuff that have huge demands on their services right now, and dairies not being able to find a place to go for the milk. The whole thing just makes no sense. And our minds of sitting around talking about all these economic forces that could be happening to cause this, somebody just very simply said, well, why don't you call and see if you can buy some? And that seemed like it should be a difficult thing to do, right? Like, if you can't find it in the grocery store, how can you possibly just pick up the phone and buy milk? And that is what we did, ultimately. So we called up Harrisburg Dairies as a local processor here, local farms coming into a local processor where we can kind of impact the local area. And our business bought 500 gallons of milk. And our initial intent is to provide that to our employees and their families. The excess of this then is going to the local Elizabethtown food banks and stuff around us here, who are very happy to take this stuff. They're not exactly sitting on excesses of food and that kind of stuff to provide to families right now. I wanted to share that because I'm really surprised that there's not more ways that we're out there trying to connect the dots on this kind of thing, especially if you're a business or an individual that serves dairy industries and people. It was almost frustrating to me how easy this was. I expected it to be hard, that we would have to navigate this difficult system, but it was literally one phone call, 3 minutes on the phone, and 2 days later, and there's 500 gallons of milk sitting here in a refrigerated truck. So not so much out here looking for accolades on this, but it seems silly not to be able to share that story on our social media platform and engage others and encourage others to do this. We're going to put the information for Harrisburg Dairies down at the bottom. They were the company that we worked through. You may find other dairies in the area that might be a better fit for you depending where you are. A lot of our milk that's processed here in our immediate area goes outside down towards Philadelphia and stuff to processors. This is one that happened to be close to home for us that we know really stayed here and impacted our local area. So every one of us at this time of need, if you're not in our business, you're not in equipment, and you're going to have connections in your community that's going to be able to go out and make a difference. So we just want to take a couple minutes today and encourage you to do that.